In this video, we'll be looking at what it's like to stay at a luxury hotel in Abu Dhabi versus a luxury hotel in Dubai. Over here in Abu Dhabi, we'll be checking out the Ritz-Carlton, and then in Dubai, I'm booked at the St. Regis. Both are renowned luxury hotels among the best in the entire country. But I'm interested to find out which one is better. Is it the Ritz with the biggest pool in the city and views of the country's biggest mosque? Or is it the St. Regis with its sleek feel and private beach club? So we'll be giving each of these hotels a comprehensive review and determining which is better after experiencing their service, touring their rooms and facilities, getting to know the surrounding areas, tasting a ton of their food, and determining which hotel has better value. But since my flight to Abu Dhabi landed very early this morning, I showed up a little bit too early to check in over here at the Ritz. I'm David, pleasure to meet you. I mean, I had been really lucky in the past with getting into rooms as early as like 6 or 7 a.m. after a flight. But my room's not ready yet, so that's not the case today. But I did show up pretty hungry, and since the room was not quite ready yet, they decided to just give me free breakfast. Well, that was nice. We got to hang out at the cafe and drink some nice coffee and have some snacks without paying for them. And I still get to check in about 4 hours early almost. And just look at this place, it's ridiculous. I love it. Hi, hello.
How are you?
Hi, good, how are you?
I'm very good.
Good, I got news, good news. We'll be the 4th floor. Okay, perfect. Okay, thanks again. All right, appreciate it. This place is massive. It's crazy how cold it is in here and how hot it is out there. Super duper. So shiny on the floor too. This Ritz-Carlton is quite far away from the, I guess you'd call it the city center or downtown area, but it is near this huge mosque. And despite not getting any sleep last night, I want to show you around this Ritz-Carlton hotel over in Abu Dhabi. So let's take a look around this Ritz-Carlton room. First off, I originally booked the very lowest category, as in the cheapest room that was available. But since I hold Marriott Gold status, I was able to get an upgrade here at the Ritz-Carlton. And that upgrade landed me in this Superior Deluxe King room. It might very well be bigger than your apartment, depending on how big your apartment is, of course. And this room comes with a whole lot of cool stuff. First off, these Ritz-Carlton beds, I think they're the same everywhere, and they just make you fall right asleep, which is what I'm going to do right after I film this video for you. And then after I wake up from my sleep, I'm going to use this Illy coffee machine that's got unlimited coffee, and there's also nice complimentary water here. And down here they've got some nice coffee cups, water cups, wine glasses, an ice bucket, and even a hot water boiler. Plus I wonder what this honor bar is. Let's check that out. So Honor Bar is Ritz-Carlton Abu Dhabi's way to say minibar in disguise. But let's see what's in the minibar anyway. Absolutely nothing, exactly like I like it. Even though this minibar is just empty, I generally would avoid taking anything from a minibar if it has to be paid for. Pretty much anywhere in the world it's cheaper to just go to the grocery store and get whatever's in the minibar for much less. And this sofa looks straight out of, I don't know, like a 1950s Italian movie or something, but let's try it out. Pretty comfy. And that brings my attention to this crazy horse image on the wall. I mean, have you ever seen a horse with hair braided like that? I don't think I have. And of course there's some magazines if you get bored and want to read something. And let's see what this Ritz-Carlton Experience thing's about. Looks like they have some special dining events. And I was actually able to book this rate with breakfast and dinner included, just because that's what I found on a third-party website for pretty cheap. And we didn't even get to the bathroom or the rest of the hotel yet, so let's start with the bathroom. First off, these marble floors are like, they're legit. And then in the bathroom, there's a bathtub. Bathtubs are awesome, especially when they're in your own room. And it seems like all Ritz-Carltons have these great bathrobes that are just really soft. Lots of towels. Loofah. See what's in here. A nice little kit of all kinds of stuff. Mouth rinse to clean your ears with. Cotton rounds, I guess that's for makeup. A shower cap. I've never used one of those. A comb. I've used one of those. A razor. I think the Ritz-Carlton has really good razors, and if you've seen my beard, razors are useful for me. An emery board. That's good for the nails. Marine Bioactive Toothpaste. Yes, I am so happy about this one. They have bath salts. I'm gonna take a bath here. And finally, a bamboo toothbrush. Although I always bring around my electric toothbrush, it's really nice that they have an extra one. And there's plenty of lotion around, soap, a few cups to drink water from or put your toothbrush in, whatever. And what is this audio button? Let's see. Not sure what that does. And then in the shower, that's where they seem to keep the soap and shampoo, or shower gel and shampoo. And actually, having stayed at a Ritz before, they seem to have the same thing everywhere in the world, or at least at the few Ritzes that I've stayed at. And it's not exactly just something that you'll find at a luxury hotel, but they do have this overhead shower and this nice holdable shower. So that's really useful. And then the toilet part of the bathroom is really quite interesting because not only do you get this bidet, but you also get this hose to clean yourself with. In this part of the world, these hoses are quite common. And then of course there is a toilet, and then of course there's a phone next to the toilet for when you want to call someone when you're on the toilet. There's also a closet that we haven't looked in yet. Let's see what's there. Looks like they've got another robe for my wife. Nice. They didn't forget one of us. Laundry bags. And then of course you can get your laundry and dry cleaning here if you want to pay an arm and a leg for it. And there's plenty of hangers and then a shoe horn. Shoe horns are cool, although I don't think I'll be wearing much besides sandals when it's like 110 degrees Fahrenheit or like 40 something degrees Celsius out. But who knows what'll happen. This is the United Arab Emirates. And then there is an ironing board, which I really need to use after that long red-eye flight that I just got off of. And being a larger room, there's space for this really nice marble table and some Ritz-Carlton paper and a pen. Of course, there's a phone, and then if you want to order room service that costs a lot, you can. But now that we've seen the inside of the room, there's something even cooler that I've got to show you out here. This, my friends, is the biggest pool in all of Abu Dhabi. And to view that pool, there is this very spacious balcony, which I'm going to be chilling out on a lot. But it's really, really hot out here. I shouldn't even be wearing this hoodie. And this place is just beautiful. I mean, look at it. This nice half circle that has a fountain and then the largest pool in Abu Dhabi. And then there's a beach even. And I've been told that it's salt water out there on the beach and then fresh water in the pool. And even though my room number starts with 2, this is on the 4th floor, so pretty high up. And there's some nice views in the distance as well. But I'm now at well over 24 hours without sleeping at all, so I will have to see you all later to show you a little bit more of this hotel. Good night. But my God, was that a nice bed to sleep in. But now I've got something really important to do. I'm actually running just a little bit late for dinner, but I really want to take advantage of this iron. So I'm gonna do some ironing. I'm thinking this Hawaii shirt that I got in New Zealand's a perfect fit. And this hotel has a really nice iron. Have you ever gotten excited about an iron? So I managed to get my clothes ironed, but I am quite late for dinner. So let's head on down there and see what they've got on the buffet. And there are really a bunch of different restaurants here, but I'll be eating at this buffet Giornotte. So I guess it's like an Italian style buffet, but I think it's like an everything style buffet. Let's see.
Would you like me to show you around the buffet?
Oh yeah, sure, that'd be nice. Thanks. The dinner buffet is pretty massive here. You've got lots of European influenced dishes alongside Asian options, and the seafood area looks pretty interesting. And apparently dinosaur is on offer, plus they've got many other grilled meats to order too. But a great first place to start is always with some salad and mezza. David, so thanks so much for the tour, I really appreciate it. Thank you, Nigel. This buffet is really pretty diverse, but I've been to the best buffet in the world, so it's hard to compete with that. And if you haven't seen my video about that, you should definitely watch that one after this one. But if I had to sum this buffet up, it's basically somewhere in between that nightmare of a cruise ship buffet and then one of the really nice buffets that you can find around the world. The quality of the food is all quite good, though I have to point out that the seafood has a very frozen taste for the most part. And being in Abu Dhabi, a city that gets visitors and food from all over the world, it's nice that you can see almost all of that represented in this buffet. Some Arabic sweets, or basically Turkish delight here. Italian cannolo here, some tahini stuff here, dried fruits, and that's just the desserts. So there's a lot of diversity here, and the people working here are extremely attentive. But of course, this was included in my nightly rate, and I'll be back here in just about like 11 hours to eat breakfast again at the buffet. So I'm a combination of interested to see what they have at the breakfast buffet, but also just a little bit fearful for my health after I eat all of that food. So even though I could probably eat more and more and more, I'm gonna stop here with dessert and we'll see what we find in the morning. After dinner, I took a short walk around the hotel grounds just to check it out a little bit more. And before heading up to bed, I made a quick stop by the front desk to deal with a small issue I'd had with the internet.
calling call center. Hasn't speaking. This is Mr. David.
Hey, yeah, we were just down there and we had problem with the internet, but now we got it to work.
It's working now, sir?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thanks. Have a good night. Bye. And by the way, the internet is pretty good. It's one of the better internet connections I've ever had in a hotel, Marriott or otherwise. Let's do a speed test and see. 100 downloads, not bad. But really, who needs internet when you've got a whole luxury hotel to enjoy? And the part of the hotel that I'm most interested in right now is the bed. But tomorrow morning, once I've rested up, we'll see how the breakfast is over here at the Ritz-Carlton. These beds are freaking amazing, but it's time for the buffet marathon to continue, and I'm gonna go head down to breakfast. And the breakfast buffet is at the exact same place. It's the dinner buffet. Giorno te. So let's see what they've changed from last night. Thank you. There was no wait, and the hostess showed me right to my table. She explained a few things about the breakfast setup, and it was time to dine. They've got kind of the same setup as at dinner, but most of the food is different, except for the fact that they have pizza. And the salads look similar, but it's still different stuff. So, luckily I'm not eating dinner for breakfast. You might not agree with me on this one, but the only real reason to go to a buffet is to get the lox. And these pickles they have here are pretty interesting. Typical olives, but they have pickled mushrooms. And they've got these Arabic mixed pickles, which are always nice, but sometimes they're really salty, so I'm interested to see that. And they've got pickled tomatoes. So I'm looking forward to trying some pickled stuff with my lox. Didn't get too much food. Pistachio pineapple. You can also order from the menu, but I got enough food already. So you can't have breakfast without coffee, and nobody's come by with coffee. Sorry, did they bring like normal coffee to the table, or is that
Normal coffee,
yeah.
cappuccino?
No, like filter coffee, or is that here? Or?
Filter coffee, I'll get you to your table.
Okay, turns out you have to ask for the coffee. Pickled mushroom. Pickled salmon. Very strong. Milk. Still strong. Pretty good. I don't know what this is. Coconut chutney, tomato chutney. The sweets are okay, but the sugar balance for me is a little bit off. Let's see how this one is. That one's about right. Not too sweet, not too salty. And overall, I'd say the breakfast was pretty satisfying. Though I'd have to say, in a similar way to dinner, it had a kind of cruise ship vibe. But I've just got to check out Abu Dhabi's biggest swimming pool. And right now it's pretty early in the morning, so the sun's not that strong yet, and I'm gonna go head down there and see what it's like. If you want grass in Abu Dhabi, I guess you need sprinklers. Is today more hot than normal? No. No? Normal hotter? Oh. There's this very interesting phenomenon that happens every time you exit from the air conditioning to the outdoors in Abu Dhabi. See, I can't see you right now because there's a bunch of fog on my sunglasses. Now I can see you. While this is supposedly the biggest pool in Abu Dhabi, at least I've been told that by the hotel staff, it's definitely not the biggest pool I've ever seen, but it will definitely do. And the water's feels cool compared to this air that's probably around 40 degrees right now.
So thank you. How's your day?
Ah, great. Happy to be here.
How can I help you, sir?
We are just going to go and explore the salty waters of Abu Dhabi at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really it.
Like your amenities now, it's okay?
We're not going to really sit here much. Maybe just for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But we're really going in the water here, and then we're going to go to the sweet water.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sure. No problem, I'll arrange some beds for you.
Okay, thanks so much. Some child left some pretty shells, or adult. I got about a good 10 minutes in there, and then it just got too hot to sit in that water. So I'm gonna go over to that freshwater pool over there that's not as hot. But coming over here has really helped me to understand why people like to wear long sleeves and cover their skin in the heat here. It actually works a little better, I think. And I wish I'd noticed this earlier. They actually have sunscreen that you can use. Oops. The ground here is like extremely hot. I should have put my sandals on, but I just didn't do it. But man, the guys working here do a great job. And they're working in this crazy heat all day. I don't know how they do it. And back to the pool. And you know when you find out something's free and you take too much? I just did that with sunscreen, but I guess I won't burn. It is all over my camera though. But it's time to go into this freshwater pool. But no matter how nice the hotel, there's really only so much time that you can spend sitting around and eating or doing whatever in a hotel. And now's the time to go out and see Abu Dhabi. Gotta love this elevator. We're just staying until tomorrow here.
Okay.
And then, yeah, a few nights over at the St. Regis in the Palm.
Palm.
Yeah, doing a little bit of a comparison, Ritz versus St. Regis, so let's see.
Ritz-Carlton is the best.
I've heard
Abu Dhabi
that.
Grand Canal. Okay.
So I still gotta try it out, let's see.
So my name is Chris, by the way.
Yeah,
Concerns
I'm
me.
David.
Your good name?
It's a pleasure, David.
Mr. David. Okay.
And I must say, stopping by the desk to get some tips from Chris turned out to be a great idea. With plenty of time left in the day, upon recommendation, I headed over to the Louvre Abu Dhabi. I've got to say I was hesitant at first, but it really is on the level of the Louvre in Paris. The depth of the collection that they have at that museum is just really impressive. I'd originally considered walking around the downtown area for a few hours after visiting the museum, but it's really hot here, so walking around downtown doesn't seem like the best idea. And instead, I'm going to go over and check out Galleria Mall, which is supposed to be one of the most luxurious malls over here in Abu Dhabi. The floor here is one of the shiniest floors I've ever seen anywhere in a public space in the world. And they've got all great international businesses, from the Cheesecake Factory to Starbucks and on over to the Texas Roadhouse. And of course there are these Tumi suitcases. But as it turns out, I just may not be that luxury shopping kind of guy, but I am all about amazing views of Abu Dhabi. So as the sun set, I headed over to the $545 million Sheikh Zayed Mosque next to the Ritz. This place is insanely clean. And calling this place big would probably be an understatement. It's pretty nice that you can visit for free too. But do be warned that the visit means a lot of time out in the extreme heat. But after what I must say was a pretty nice time here at the Ritz, it's time to head over to Dubai to see what it's like over at the St. Regis. It's like there's some kind of massive oil refinery over there on the way. But the distance between Abu Dhabi and Dubai is only like about 110 kilometers. So there's a few different ways you could get there. The public transport way would mean taking a bus, which is pretty cheap. I think it's like 25 dirhams, maybe a tiny bit more. It's like $5 or something. But the thing is, if you want to take public transport, you have to get to the central bus stations, and you'll arrive to another bus station as well. And in both Abu Dhabi and Dubai, the place you're staying is very likely to be very far away from those bus stations. So then you'll have to take another method of public transport or a taxi to get to and from those stations. And in short, all of that adds up in both time and money. And for this trip, since I'm doing it kind of luxury style, staying in 2 different luxury resorts, I decided to just take a taxi. And it's looking like the taxi ride's going to cost just a little bit over 200 dirhams, so somewhere around like $50. And since there's 2 of us traveling, that's a pretty decent deal. In fact, it's not really much more than we'd be paying for public transport plus getting to and from the stations. Plus, I mean, you can't get more convenient than going from door to door. I mean, we just hopped in the taxi about 2:10 p.m. and we're already getting into Dubai and it's 2:47 p.m. So that's pretty quick between 2 cities. Now we're really getting into Dubai, and this place is just massive. This is just the very southern part of the city. It goes on for many, many miles. And now we've just driven over into the Palm. This place is reminding me a lot of Florida. Maybe like Florida in Arabic or something like that. There are so many hotels along this strip, and I'm sure you know what this palm looks like. It's like a giant palm tree in the middle of the Persian Gulf. St. Regis. Yeah. Maybe somebody going back to Abu Dhabi.
It's not allowed.
Not allowed.
Not allowed. I have to go empty. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. If I pick the customer, his system will be.
Okay.
And RTA, here is RTA, in Abu Dhabi is ITC. Transportation controlled by ITC. Yeah, they will see 20,000 dirham.
Oh shit. 20.
We can walk a bit, it's no problem as well. It's fine.
This is the entrance or what?
This is a different one, but if you leave us somewhere right here, it's no problem.
Okay, I will drop you here.
Yeah.
That's fine.
No stress at all. Thank you. Bro, okay. Just okay.
Thank
Thank you.
you, sir.
Appreciate
Have a
it.
nice-
Thank you. Have a good day. The only thing about this hotel over here in Dubai is I'm just not sure if it's tall enough. I think it will be though. Let's go check it out. Well, that taxi got me over here to Dubai really quick, but I'm not staying over at that Atlantis behind me. Nope, I'm staying at the St. Regis. St. Regis The Palm, Dubai Jamil. This place looks pretty good, and I've just checked in, so I'm gonna show you around the room. But before we even go into the room, let me warn you that this place is really giving the Ritz-Carlton a run for its money. Room 1015 on the 10th floor, and this building is pretty tall, as you saw. But let's take a look around. Of course, with the Marriott Gold status, they decided to upgrade me, so I booked the cheapest room possible, and then I got one that's significantly bigger and has a nicer view. But since I just walked into the bathroom for whatever reason, let's take a look around here. The actual layout is kind of comparable to the Ritz, but it looks a whole lot more modern. I mean, check out this bathtub right here. It's kind of got that free-floating vibe, pretty cool. And then the amenities, well, let's just take a look together. The OLES is the same as the amenities that you find over at the Ritz, but this other stuff is different. First check, where is it made? These are made in China, so we're still pretty far from China, so that's a little bit underwhelming, I have to say, but this one's made in Canada. Lotion from Canada and facial cleansing gel from China. Then the soap is from, let's see. Looks like China. Soap is from China. So I guess in short, you could say they have a very international setup when it comes to bath amenities. But what a touch. There is a fresh rose in here. And there's a reason for that, which I'll show you in just a little bit. But let's take a look at the toilet. There's actually no European style bidet, but there is this spritzy thing. Oh, it works. And of course a toilet. Well, let's just check for good measure. Looks like it works as well. And the trash cans are gold. And next to the toilet, there's a shower, in addition to the bathtub, of course. And this shower is really nice because if you so desire, you can just take a seat and take a break from showering. And let's see what the amenities are like in here. Body wash from Botanical. Looks like that's from Canada. Nice. Malaysia. Cool. Getting more international. Malaysia again. So a very eclectic assortment of amenities in this bathroom. Bathrobe is a little bit different than the Ritz. I have to say the Ritz gets more points here because this bathrobe is just a little bit more thin, a little bit flimsier, still cotton, still looks nice, still luxury, but the Ritz has really, really nice bathrobes that would be hard to top, to be honest. And these bathroom doors are really cool. You can't really see through them, but it looks like you should be able to see through them, and they have this nice coily vibe. I like them. Let's see what's in the closets in the room though. Another bathrobe. My wife will enjoy that. Some slippers. I wonder if they have the right size for me though, because like I've got size 12 feet and they almost never have slippers that actually fit me. But let's see what's in the drawer. Some kind of St. Regis shopping bag. I feel like in Dubai it might actually be a thing that people just walk around with branded bags with stuff that they didn't actually buy that day in them just for like status or something. So I'm guessing that's why that's here. Maybe there's another reason though. Not my vibe, but I am still pretty interested in seeing what they've got over here in Dubai. There's also a hairdryer that I happen to have already taken out that was in that other drawer. And then here you've got an iron, which any good hotel has. And plus one, this laundry bag is a little bit nicer than the one I found over at the Ritz. The second laundry bag isn't quite as nice as the first one, but that one's more like what they had at the Ritz, except for it's white instead of black. Of course, there's a safe, sewing kit, shoe mitt, and the other thing here is this shoe shine bag, which I think is kind of cool because they do complimentary shoe shines, which I can't actually make use of, but that's okay, and complimentary clothes pressings of up to 2 items per day, because here, unlike at the Ritz-Carlton that I just stayed at, they have a butler service. By the way, the check-in process was smooth enough here, although it felt a little bit cold at the beginning. But once the butler stepped in, that all changed.
Welcome to St. Regis Dubai.
Good afternoon, thank you so much.
This one is hibiscus tea.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Hibiscus tea. Sweet.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thanks so much. And while accompanying me up to my room, the butler gave me a really good rundown of the hotel and the surrounding area.
Please take a rest and hope you will have a wonderful stay.
Okay.
Let us know how can we make it more even memorable.
Okay, thank you so much. But let's get into the bedroom, because that's, well, frankly, that's the best part. If for no other reason than because they have this amazing view. I mean, you can see a ton of legendary hotels all around, and this is the palm, right? Those are the leaves of the palm tree you can see in the distance, so it's hard to beat this view. And additionally, I decided to inform the hotel that my wife's anniversary is coming up, and they gave us some free gifts. That's like plus 1 million points for this St. Regis hotel right here. They gave us a cake, they gave us some dragon fruit, passion fruit, apples, all kinds of cool stuff. They even gave us a nice note, even though we don't have the same last name, because that's kind of old school. But anyway, on the bed it also is like this, happy anniversary, and we've got 4 balloons. But to be fair to the Ritz, I didn't think to inform them of this special occasion, so it's not their fault that they forgot about it. But one thing that the Ritz really did 10 out of 10 phenomenally, even 11 out of 10, was have a really great and comfortable bed. So let's try out what they've got over here at the St. Regis. I don't know if this bed is gonna beat the Ritz bed. This pillow looks nice. These pillows are kind of just for show, I think. But it's those ones behind that look soft and fluffy. It's very similar to the Ritz, to be honest. The mattress might be slightly different. I think it's gonna be comfortable, but I think the Ritz might take the cake when it comes to the most comfy bed. And additionally, you've got some writing paper and a pen, branded similar to what I found over at the Ritz. And then another important thing is that they have coffee. Because what is life without drinking coffee? This time it's Nespresso though, instead of that illy machine that was not exactly fully functional over at the Ritz. But honestly, I'm just not a huge fan of capsule coffee, so you know, it's hard to judge here. But the fact that they have coffee and unlimited amounts of it that's for free is very nice. But I would say one thing that I don't love is that they have this paid minibar with all kinds of stuff in it. Just not a big fan of minibars. They're always just way overpriced and, you know, they're kind of tempting. Nobody wants to spend that extra money when they're staying somewhere, especially when you pay a lot more than I did for a luxury hotel. And closing the blinds for the bathroom is super easy here. It's not manual though, it's electronic. It just automatically closes. So you've got your privacy if you want it, and if you don't want it, you don't have it. So let's lock it all up. Throw away that key. So it's pretty nice how you can change up the room and make it basically feel like there's 2 rooms instead of 1. And yeah, if you're not trying to see the other person using the bathroom, that is very useful to have. But I can see now that this video is definitely going to be a tough one. Both of these luxury hotels are doing a really good job. So far, the fact that the Ritz let me check in super early over in Abu Dhabi and gave me an extra breakfast basically for free really left a good impression. But the on-demand butler services they operate 24/7 over here at the St. Regis is really something that stands out. In general, all of Marriott's luxury hotels are pretty easy to get in touch with via their app. So you can pretty much make any simple request there and they'll take care of it for you. But I mean, a second butler just knocked on the door just to check if everything was okay. So if they did that every 10 minutes, it might be a little bit annoying, but I don't think that's the case here, and I think they're offering pretty nice service. But in the end, both of these hotels seem to have a ton of positives. So tomorrow at breakfast, I think I might have a better idea of which one's really better. Because no matter what the service or the room or whatever is like, if you don't have a great breakfast at your hotel, you don't have anything going for you. I mean, that is unless you have a really great breakfast place next to the hotel or something. But the Ritz over in Abu Dhabi definitely had a really good breakfast. I mean, it wasn't the best of the best hotel breakfasts I've ever had, but it was pretty good. And the comparison here is maybe slightly unfair because I had dinner at the Ritz as well that was included in my half-board rate. And at the St. Regis, I just booked it with breakfast. So although dinner was fine, we're just going to leave that out of the equation here. And there's definitely a lot more to the St. Regis hotel than the room I'm staying in and breakfast. So let's go take a look around. There's a nice spa area, although of course the prices are really high for any kind of treatment there. Looks really nice if I wanted a massage. And all of the facilities in this hotel just have a very sleek look to them. It feels nice to walk around. Real flowers. Plus there are 2 pools, a restaurant, and even a private beach. But make sure to keep watching through the end because we'll take a look at all of those things later in this video. The thing is, this St. Regis hotel is also connected to a massive shopping mall. And since it started to get late and I'm pretty hungry, let's head over there and try out one of the restaurants in the mall. It's time to eat now. They said it would be 20 minutes before I could eat, but it was actually only like 4. I could eat some Taiwanese food. Hello. Thank you. This restaurant is always packed, while all the other ones in the mall seem to be empty. Oh. Thank you.
You're welcome. And this is the order sheet. The server will assist you to take the order.
Okay, thanks so much. So yeah, 1 that, and then 1 jalong bao.
Chicken one.
Chicken. That's the most popular, right?
Yes,
Okay.
it's a classic flavor.
Ah, yeah.
One sauteed green beans, this one is a cold appetizer. It's okay, so like a room temperature.
Yeah.
Okay. And 1 for braised eggplant as well. And chicken shalom bao.
Yeah.
And then 1 for the Singaporean crab and chicken shalom bao. And then sweet and sour chicken.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And for all the different great food I've eaten in the world, I've only eaten Taiwanese food a few times, and it's pretty amazing the level of service that you find everywhere over here in Dubai. But these appetizers look really good, and the dumplings have arrived.
And this is just sweet and sour chicken.
Thank you so much. And they have all kinds of different Taiwanese and Chinese dishes. So I've got some sweet and sour chicken too. What? Hot. Soup dumpling. Thank you. Go. And I think this beef noodle soup will probably be the star of the show here. It's half meat and half tendon. Holy tendon. That tendon is like jelly. It's a pretty simple soup, but it's really tasty. And I think it's the broth that brings it all together. And now I've got my last dish here. It's some chicken jalong bao, and that's what this place is known for, so I'm really excited to try it. It tastes almost just like matzo ball soup. Now I see why I need to go to Taiwan. So after a nice Taiwanese meal, I headed back to my hotel room. While over at the Ritz, they had a bedtime service and they left some chocolates. They're also doing basically the same thing over here at the St. Regis. And the cool thing is, I had thought that you have to request that, but they actually gave it to me without me asking at both places. In the end, both hotels basically offer the same thing. And here it's patchy chocolate, but it did come in a nice St. Regis box. And over at the Ritz, it was just chocolate on the sheet. But it's definitely nice to come back from a long day out and have everything set up for the evening. And after that long day out, I was pretty tired. So I tried out the bathtub and then headed to bed. Well, this bed was pretty decent to sleep on. But after spending a whole night here sleeping, I have to say that it's maybe not quite as luxurious as that Ritz-Carlton one. There's just something about those Ritz-Carlton beds. They just kind of like suck you in and tell you it's time to go to sleep. But there was a bit of an issue in the night with this AC. I don't really know how to put it, but they've got these 3 fans, right? And there's either auto or off, and then you can change the temperature. Basically, you just don't have that much control over the AC here. So it's like either a little bit hot or way too cold, and with kind of a wind just pushing on you. You can see the temperature just went up 1 degree just while I was standing here talking. So the AC here is definitely a little bit of a downside. I mean, they have it, so that's really important since it's like 40 degrees Celsius outside. But it could be, I don't know, it could give the guests more control, let's say. But the views here are pretty nice too. I mean, waking up to a view of Burj Al Arab, and the other way just the Palm for just about forever. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. So as far as views go, this place is probably beating the Ritz-Carlton Abu Dhabi. And although I don't waste my space traveling with stuff like suits or, I don't know, high-end luxury shirts and all that kind of stuff, I did decide to take advantage of their free pressing option for 2 items of clothing because I've got these 2 linen shirts. They get wrinkled really fast. That's really the downside to linen, although it's great to travel with. So hopefully they'll press them for me for free as advertised when they come to clean the room while I go to eat breakfast. But that's right, now it's breakfast time. So let's go see what breakfast is like over here at the St. Regis. And I really like the decor all over this hotel. And the fact that you have access to views on all 4 sides is really a plus when you're staying over on the Palm. So you can see all those palm leaves everywhere. This place kind of just feels, not this hotel, but this whole area just kind of feels like some kind of futuristic, crazy billionaire's project. And they got the breakfast over here on the 3rd floor, so I just popped in the elevator to come down here. I think it's in this room. Sangria for breakfast. Ah, good morning. Good. Is breakfast in here?
Yes.
Okay. Our room number is 1015. Yeah. And on first glance, I'm liking the decor over at this breakfast buffet place a lot more than the decor, somebody's tired, than the decor at that other hotel I just stayed at, you know, the Ritz-Carlton. Real rose. Salt and pepper shakers that you can see through. And the best of all, marble. And I'm about to get up and check out this buffet, but I really want some coffee, and you've got to order that separately. I mean, it's included in the buffet, it's already paid for, but you have to ask for it separately, so I'm just waiting for that. Coffee?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Pretty nice. One thing about this hotel is a lot of the staff, well, for me, it's hard to understand the English, to be honest. I mean, maybe it's a thing for me because they speak in English from a different part of the world. But usually I understand people's English from just about anywhere. It's happened more than once that I don't understand English here, so interesting. I mean, I'm a native English speaker from the United States. Anyway, orange juice, fresh. Watermelon juice, fresh. What is it? Cordelia's signature juice. It looks like it's like apples, green apples, and kiwis, green things, spinach. Who the hell knows what's in there? Indian food section looks pretty decent. A lot better than the Indian food over at the Ritz too, just at first glance. Oh, shakshuka. Wow, I think the Ritz did it better for shakshuka though. This shakshuka looks very like it's been cooking for a few extra hours. Regardless, shakshuka is a great breakfast item. Oh man, they must do lunch and even dinner in here because they got these meats. Bresaola, stuff from who knows where. And that must be where they're cooking up the eggs to order stuff. And look at all these cold cuts and cheese. Wow. Some pastrami. This is a pretty elegant place to eat breakfast, I have to say. You want dim sum? You got it. British fatty stuff that I don't like? You got it. Just kidding, I like it. And, ooh, that's like bread with za'atar on it, pancakes, French toast, cheesy stuff, I don't even know. This is looking pretty good. Ah, for the Egyptians in the house, full medames. Looks like it's been there for about 10 days, but still they've got it. And, ooh, all this Middle Eastern stuff. This is what I'm eating for breakfast. Hummus plus whatever other good stuff I find, like pistachios, whole pistachios. I just love the fact that everywhere in the United Arab Emirates you can find pistachios. If you're willing to pay for them or eat at a nice buffet, that is. And this smoked chicken just caught my eye. This looks like, it looks weird. I think I'll have to try that. Pastrami, salami, lox, the king of everything, smoked mackerel, huh. Fruits. This buffet is looking pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's see what else they got here. Lots of fruits. Artichokes. Definitely going to be eating some artichokes today. And there's even a dragon fruit. Like, I'm taking this. This is what I'm eating for breakfast. And what else they got? Oh man, these croissants look amazing. And something over here with cream cheese frosting. And there's even a breakfast salad bar. Like, awesome. And this is where they've got the hummus hidden as well. Hummus, baba ganoush, muhammara. So cute. They've just got this salad and mezza stuff in little drawers. May I please have some salad?
Yes, please.
And hummus.
Yeah. Salad for that?
I don't know. Maybe some lettuce. Yeah, mix. Yes, please. They've even got different selections of oils and stuff you can put on your salad and hummus. Yeah, and then I think that's enough.
Yeah.
Just maybe a few olives. Or do you have also olives out here?
No, we have only.
Okay, some olives.
Which one? I can do mix?
Yeah, sure.
Kalamata?
Yeah. Nice salad. All right, thank you, sir. Have a good day. I like when they prepare stuff for you, honestly, but it's still a buffet. That's pretty nice. Oh my God, though, look at these donut things. New York roll. Coming back here, like, I don't have time to show you anything else. I've got to eat. Damn, my wife read my mind and there's already a New York roll here. All of the savory foods I tried from the buffet were pretty good, and I really like that you could get fresh juice at breakfast. Really, the only thing I find to be lacking at this cafe is the quality of the coffee. Sometimes, you know, you can just tell the beans you're using aren't that great, and that's the case here. I mean, you know you're drinking coffee, but if you're used to like really good coffee, this is not the place for that. But really everything else at this buffet is pretty good. And there's even gold involved. And I just discovered that they actually have a coffee station where you can just get your own coffee. So I'm gonna see if this isn't a little better. I don't want to come off as like a picky, annoying person, but I've worked for like 3-4 years as a barista, and you got to know how to dial in an espresso machine to work as a barista, and the person here is not doing that right. So there's a very good chance that this machine is actually going to make tastier coffee than the person working as a barista, unfortunately. Well, let's see. I'm actually doing something really sacrilegious and mixing the last half of the Americano that I didn't finish with a double espresso. So if the coffee tastes good after that, you know it's decent. It's like the exact same machine you find in like the Lufthansa lounges. Indeed, tastes drinkable. I'll add one more double espresso. Maybe put a little bit of milk in it. And there's a nice drinkable caffeine bomb. Oh yeah, and while I'm waiting for my coffee, oh wait, the coffee's done, but I'll still tell you anyway. One other downside to this buffet is that pretty much all the sweets are not actually that good. They just look really good. When you get to actually taste them, they're like, not that good. Gonna add a little bit of cold milk here. They have this cronut blueberry thing. I don't know. Some very artificial tasting blueberry jelly inside, which is okay, that's kind of what the thing is. But the actual, stop. But the actual croissant part was just like really old. It was like hard, not good. But the Ritz didn't have dragon fruit. Not in the restaurant and not to go. And here they have it both ways. So for me, this breakfast was just a little bit better.
Cheers.
Okay, thank you. Cheers. Whew. Hello. And right next to where they have the breakfast, there is the adults only pool. Well, it's supposed to be adults only, but apparently people don't follow that rule. Nobody enforces it. On the other side, there's the family pool. But regardless, I think it's time to go for a little bit of a swim at this pool. They have pretty cool views over here. And did you know that there's a monorail that goes up and down the Palm? But they also have a private beach. Unfortunately, you have to take like a shuttle or walk, I guess 15 minutes to get there. But there's supposed to be a pool and a beach next to each other. So I just gave the concierge a quick call to figure out the logistics of getting over to the beach club. Hi, sorry. Do you hear me?
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. David. So you were inquiring about the Kima Beach Club. You would like to walk?
Yeah, how do you walk there?
I actually have a walking map here in the concierge.
Oh, cool.
Once you come down later, you can pass by me and I'll show you the way.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, we'll do it that way then. And the shuttle is always leaving right on the hour, right?
Yes, the next one will be at 1 p.m., Mr. David, but we can also take a normal cab because it's going to be too hot now to walk. To tell you honestly, it's only 15 minutes walk from us.
Beach time. Now, one thing you could say is a little bit different between the St. Regis and the Ritz-Carlton is that the Ritz-Carlton is right on the beach. It's not really like a sea, but there's a nice saltwater beach there, and it's right at the hotel. The St. Regis also has access. It's okay? Okay. Yeah. Either way, doesn't matter for me. A lot of people are coming or no?
No.
Okay. Okay. The hot time. Yeah. But over here at the St. Regis, they also have access to a beach, but the beach is not right next to the hotel. So you can take this free shuttle and it'll take you to the beach. How long have you lived over in Dubai?
Almost 10 years, sir.
Wow, a long time.
Yeah.
Cool. How do you like it?
It's good.
Yeah. It's a good place like to work, right?
Yeah, it's a good place. Actually, this country is like very peaceful.
That's what I hear, yeah.
No politics, no
Yeah.
nothing. Like,
Yeah.
just work, be like straight.
Yeah.
You're okay. Nobody will bother you.
Pretty chill.
Yeah.
Everybody works really hard though, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your home country?
I'm from Pakistan.
Ah, nice, cool. Which city are you from in Pakistan?
I'm from Punjab, Multan.
Ah, okay. This is in the south of the
My
country?
place in near like India side.
Ah, India side, yeah, yeah.
And my place is good for agriculture. We have good quality rice.
Oh, yeah.
And we have like a lot of good quality of cotton.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, and mango, best mango in my place.
Oh,
yeah.
man. Mango is the best fruit.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Wow, it's even super hot just right here. I'm not even really in the sun or anything.
So pickup will be in the same place, sir. Here,
Okay.
We will come. It will be like 3:30,
3:30.
4:30,
Okay.
5:30.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. But once we made it over to the beach club, the chauffeur accompanied me to the entrance. But the second I got to this beach club, I realized that it had a vibe that was completely not what I was looking for. While I had imagined a calm private beach where I could relax, the Kima Beach Club had imagined some kind of constant party on the beach with deafening music blasting at all times. And despite the temperature outside being well over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, they would not let me even bring my own water bottle in. So I pulled the old airport security trick and just drank it all real quick. On the plus side, they did have nice poolside loungers under the sun. But on the downside, the drinks were of course ridiculously expensive, and there's only so long you can last under that Dubai sun without any water. So doing my best to tune out the deafening music, I cooled down a little bit in the pool. I mean, I'd only spent maybe 10 minutes outside of the air conditioning, but it was really hot already. But once I'd cooled down a little bit and needed an urgent break from the loud music, I walked through the hot sand over to the beach. And while I can now say that I've been to the beach in Dubai, I could not stay in that boiling water for too long. So I went back to the pool just to cool down a little bit again. But the thing is, I was not looking for a party at a beach club, but rather an experience that somehow was related to the luxury hotel that I was staying at. So maybe another day I would have felt differently about hanging out at this beach club. But I think the St. Regis could be a little bit more clear about what their beach access entails. And since the shuttle wasn't due to come back for at least another hour, I decided to walk back to the hotel in the heat. But along the way, I managed to walk through some air-conditioned areas too, so although the hotel recommended that I don't walk, it was pretty okay. Hot. And there was one kind of small mishap. You see this shirt I'm wearing? It looks really freshly ironed and cleaned, right? Because it was cleaned. And I had thought that I was just sending it to be pressed, but in the end, the people cleaning the room understood that I actually wanted to get it cleaned. So anyway, I was hit with this charge, but luckily I just talked to them, explained the situation, and they waived the charge. So that is pretty nice service here. And on top of that, both of my linen shirts are not only pressed, but they're also clean. Now sadly, my time at both of these luxury hotels is about to come to an end. But the thing is, both of these luxury hotels offered a really amazing experience, and I'm having a little bit of trouble picking a winner. So let's just sit down and do a little recap of the experience that both of these hotels had to offer. But let's start with the room. Both of these hotels had pretty nice luxury rooms. Plus my medium tier Marriott Gold status got me an upgrade at both of them. The room over at the Ritz felt maybe slightly more kind of classic or something like that, with the room here at the St. Regis being a little bit more, I guess, modern in feeling. But in my opinion, the most important thing in a hotel room is usually the bed, and the bed at the Ritz was just a tiny bit more comfortable. I mean, the one at the St. Regis was good, and if I didn't have the Ritz to compare to, I would have been completely happy with it. But in addition to a slightly more comfortable bed, there was also a balcony as a part of the room over at the Ritz. Plus, some of the things over at the St. Regis that might feel more modern aren't really that functional for me. For example, instead of a traditional light switch that just turns the lights on or off, at the St. Regis the light controls are a little bit more complicated, and it actually leads to not being able to turn on or off some of the lights intended so easily. And then the air conditioning over here also seems a little bit harder to manage somehow. At the Ritz, the room temperature was just always right, but here at the St. Regis there's this fan and you gotta kind of turn it on or off or it gets too cold or too hot. So when it comes to the best room, for me the Ritz was just a little bit better. But let's also consider the facilities outside of the room. The Ritz had like this huge resort vibe, and it was not in the middle of the city or any urban area really. But the St. Regis feels a lot more urban and a little bit more compact too. And the building design, just like the room design, is really modern. It's in a skyscraper that's got like at least 30 floors or something, although the hotel only goes up to the 18th floor. And on either side of the building there are really nice pools that the guests have access to. But over at the Ritz they did have the largest pool in Abu Dhabi, so that's definitely something to note. But still, the compactness and ease with which you can get around the St. Regis gives it a slight edge for me. So when it comes to the facilities, I think the St. Regis was just a little bit better. But going along with the facilities, location is always important when you're choosing a hotel. And the St. Regis is smack in the middle of the Palm in Dubai, while the Ritz was kind of outside of the city over in Abu Dhabi. But the Ritz was next to one of the biggest mosques in the world, and I felt like they did a really good job with all the space they have there. Plus, both of these hotels have tons of shopping and dining experiences nearby. So even though I'm usually a city kind of guy, I think the Ritz has a slightly better location than the St. Regis. So for me, when it comes to location, the Ritz is the winner. And then another big factor that made both of my stays really good was the service that I got at the hotels. The thing is, the Ritz does not offer a butler service, and the St. Regis does offer a butler service. But I'm just not sure that having a butler is something that I'm interested in, ever, anywhere. So while all the butlers definitely did a great job, it just wasn't a service that I really need in a hotel. And even without butlers, the Ritz had really great service. Every time I needed something done at both of these hotels, it was done quick and with a smile. But when I showed up super early to the Ritz, the staff was really accommodating, and they even gave me free breakfast. And in comparison, I found the check-in experience at the St. Regis to be a little bit dry. I mean, once the butler took over and gave us a tour, the experience was pretty nice. But the initial part of check-in, a little bit less so. And the other times that I had to pass by the check-in desk to ask a question or anything, it was also a little bit, I don't know, not as good as the Ritz. So while both of these hotels offer service that would make me come back again and again if the price were right, I feel like the Ritz did a slightly better job when it comes to service. So far it's looking like the Ritz is winning by a little bit. The room, location, and service was a little bit better there. But the St. Regis comes out on top when it comes to the facilities. But another really important factor for both of my stays was the food that they had at the hotels. I'll be completely honest here. I'll probably never book a half-board stay and definitely not a full-board stay at a Ritz again. Even just going to an all-you-can-eat buffet 2 times in one day is too much. But with the half-board package, they did offer the option of dining at a restaurant with a set menu instead of an all-you-can-eat buffet. So I guess you could technically get out of going to the second all-you-can-eat buffet at the Ritz. But since I ate breakfast at both of the hotels, let's limit this just to breakfast. And the breakfast buffet over here at the St. Regis was just better than the one at the Ritz. Sorry, Ritz. I mean, they had good food for breakfast at the Ritz, don't get me wrong. But the St. Regis breakfast was just higher in quality, and Hakan and the team just did a really good job giving you whatever you wanted for breakfast. But for me, when it comes to staying at these 2 hotels, and basically any hotel in the world, the most important thing is the value you get by staying in that hotel. When it was all said and done, the total nightly cost of staying at the St. Regis was $222.50. And then on top of that, it felt a bit like they're always trying to upsell something, and over at the beach club, I wasn't even allowed to enter with my water bottle. But then at the Ritz, the nightly price was $170.84, so about $50 less, and I got dinner included in that. Plus, when I headed over to the pool, there was free water for all, and I never felt like anybody was trying to sell me something at that hotel. And do keep in mind that the prices I paid at both of these hotels was an extra 25% off because I did a price match with Marriott. I mean, I most likely paid less than anybody else staying at either of these hotels. But still, the value that the Ritz had to offer was better. It was a better deal. So the only option here is to check off the Ritz box. And while I've really enjoyed my stay over here at the St. Regis in Dubai, the Ritz is the clear winner in this case. But that's it for this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for a ton more travel videos. I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, have a lovely day and enjoy your stay in Dubai.
All right, thanks so much. Take care.
My pleasure.